Hello, everyone. I'm going to give everyone a few seconds to stream in, but I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Russell Steed, VP of Revenue and Marketing over at Corso. Today, Russell is going to be sharing tips to go from where is my order to superfan. So, Russell, I will give you the stage if you want to pull up your slides.
Awesome. Okay, it's go time. All right.
Awesome.
So welcome. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Lindsay, for having me and Corso here. We're super excited to kind of share what we do at Corso, but more importantly, kind of give some tips and tricks and other things that you as D2C brands can use in their post-purchase experience. So the title of my my discussion today is going from where is my order to superfan. So really highlighting the opportunity. Well, actually, let's just go to the next one. The next slide here. Honestly, thanks to Amazon, customers are demanding more and more from brands post-purchase. So this isn't like they want fast delivery, they want free returns, they want just they want the resources of Amazon behind even the smallest of brands. And so this increases costs, this reduces efficiencies in a lot of ways, and it can overwork an already busy CX team. So that's kind of the big problem that Corso has set out to fix, and that we help brands address. So the question is, how do you wow a customer when nothing goes wrong? So I'm kind of reframing this, like, those post-purchase issues. It's like, hey, where's my order? It's lost, it's stolen, it's damaged. It's I want this is the wrong color. You guys sent it to the wrong address. It didn't get delivered in time. So you have all of these potential issues that show up after a customer purchases. But reframing that as from an issue to an opportunity is kind of like what we do at Corso. So if nothing goes wrong, yeah, they'll get a shipment on time. It'll be the shipment that they're expecting, and chances are they're going to be a fan of what you have. But how do you make them a super fan, right? And it honestly comes through wowing the customer in a situation where something goes wrong. Maybe it was lost, maybe it was stolen, maybe it was damaged in shipment, maybe it was the wrong color. Whatever it is, your brand has the opportunity to take a shipment issue or even just post-purchase issue of any kind and make a super fan out of that customer. It doesn't even have to be within the shipping realm, but it could be within the returns and exchanges period, or even further down the road if your brand has a warranty and you want to wow those customers who potentially have manufacturer defects or issues with their product further down the road. So how though, right? Because I actually come from the brand side. I am new to this service provider kind of software world. I operated a brand that we were doing 25 million plus a year. And honestly, I talked to so many different brands, even up to like the Patagonias of the world. Broken systems, lack of processes, overwhelmed CX teams, and needing to keep margin are like the biggest reasons why the post-purchase gets neglected. Why these brands, hopefully you're not in that category, but a lot of times brands just drop the ball when there is an issue post-purchase. So this is kind of the formula that we have: revenue, service, and technology. So with those three things, you can turn a bad experience for a customer into an incredible, awe-inspiring experience and create super fans out of those customers. So let's start with revenue. So revenue really starts with shipping protection. Maybe you guys as brands already use shipping protection. Maybe you're familiar with that, but we kind of start with this small widget. We call it a small widget, big impact, right? So it's a little, it's a widget that automatically adds shipping protection or other services into cart. The customers can easily remove it, but we see typically at least 50% of customers add these services into cart. And I say services, not just shipping protection, because we at Corso can be very customizable. So we actually do carbon offsets for every single order that a customer places with that widget. It has shipping protection. We can also add in returns processing, priority order fulfillment, depending on what is important to your brand and what value you want to add to your customers, can be added into this widget to make it an even better value for those customers. With that widget, that is extra revenue that is collected through the brand. Obviously, those funds can go to cover. Let's see if So those funds collected through this widget can obviously go to cover any shipping issues, but it can also be repurposed to cover return label costs, exchange label costs. It can go into paying for your help desk. I mean, honestly, every brand likes to use those funds in a different way, but Corso is through this widget, we're able to increase the revenue of the brand and decrease the some of the operating expenses that the brand has to take on through the money collected in this widget. Next up, we got service. So increasing the level of service. Obviously, those customers who check that widget, they purchase the protection or what other extra services you add in there, they paid for it. They expect and deserve a higher value or higher experience than they would get otherwise. And so through the service that we provide as a no-cost concierge service. So I am really highlighting what we do here at Corso, but this is a formula that lots of brands can use, where if you can give those customers a greater experience. We've got what we call the Corso concierge team. We respond to customers in 1 hour. We have a 98% customer satisfaction score. We really, take the load off of the brand's plate, and we go in, and our team is able. We don't use AI and autoresponders. I know AI is a big thing right now. We don't use AI. We use real humans that communicate and empathize with your customers and respond very quickly and give them the responses that they need to make it a great experience. Offloading the lost, stolen, damaged orders, but not only that, wrong address shipments, wrong items, return-related questions, exchange-related questions, and more. We're able to offload onto a no-cost concierge team. Last thing is tech. So not only do you need, a good customer service, but also the tech that enables your customer service to be very streamlined and very quick. And so with Corso, we've taken all of the post-purchase things that can softwares. A lot of brands that we work with that are onboarding or have onboarded, they used 4 to 5 to 6 different apps to do everything that Corso does. Shipping protection, order tracking, returns and exchanges, warranties, registrations, automations, and more. There's way more in there, and we do all of that without any added costs to the brand. So using faster solutions, you get better results. We work with some of D2C's top trusted brands. We love working with these brands. We've gained so much experience working with these brands, and I will say we've been put through the ringer with a lot of them. Right, a lot of these are just high demand, very very high value luxury brands, and we've been able to keep up with them and improve their post-purchase experiences. A quote from Honeylove that I use all the time is that they were looking for a luxury experience, and that's why they chose Corso, because through our service, through our tech, and through the extra revenue that we provide for Honeylove, it provides a luxury experience for their customers. And with that, I'll just kind of wrap it up. This is kind of what we do at Corso. That's the formula, quote unquote, on what you guys as brands can do to increase that post-purchase experience, taking upset customers, taking that into an opportunity, and making them raving fans. So with that, I'd love to kind of open it up for any questions that anybody has. Lindsay, do you have any? Did anything pop up here?
Yeah, thanks so much. That was really awesome, very informative. We do have a few people wondering, I guess the best way to frame this is, could you give an elevator pitch of Corso in like 3 sentences, what you guys do, and maybe frame how you work with other partners in the space? There have been a lot of questions of, are you similar to Attentive? Do you plug into Gorgeous? So just a quick overview of Corso and your partnerships.
Yeah, no, so we focus a lot on partnerships, but elevator pitch is, the way I like to put it is, anything that happens, any issue that happens after a customer purchases from your brand, any issue, Corso's got a software, a service, or a solution that turns that into a great experience for your customers and reduces the workload for you as the brand. Okay, so it's we say post-purchase, we use the word post-purchase. It can be kind of ambiguous, whether it's a post-purchase upsell or on the marketing side or the operational side. We play a little bit more on the operational side, helping CX teams, helping e-com teams streamline all of that tech that enables a lot of that stuff on the back end. Does that make sense? Awesome. And yes, Gorgeous, we integrate with Gorgeous, Zendesk, a lot of the biggest help desks out there. ShipBob, we have an integration with them. We have integrations with lots of 3PLs, lots of different warehouse providers, as well as help desks and tons of other softwares. Anyway.
Love it. No, definitely a good add to your tech stack. If you do want to learn more about Corso, they do have a virtual booth. But before I fully sign off, there are a few more questions in the chat. Back to the widget that you had talked about. How
Yeah.
customizable is that with verbiage and placement?
We are customizable to a fault, is kind of what I say. What you want to say, we'll put on there. Obviously, we'll give some recommendations because we've tested the crap out of it and we know it works and we know it doesn't. So yeah, we're happy to chat with brands and see, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, yeah, that's not possible. Yes, this is possible, and we'll give recommendations on wording to make sure it's very clear and easy for your customers. I saw a question: how much does Corso cost? Typically, brands pay $0 for Corso. We actually are paying you. We're increasing your revenue, and you're getting money from Corso. Obviously, we do take a cut. We do need to make money and keep the lights on, so we do get paid. I can go into more details on a demo. I did want to kind of just share. We're offering $50 Amazon gift card for anybody who wants to book a demo from today's webinar. We don't normally offer this. Seeing as it's a free software, like this is the way that we can provide a value add or an extra little incentive to do a demo. So if you go to corso.com/peakprep, or just email me or find me on LinkedIn, whatever it is, like email me, say, hey, I saw you on the ShipBob webinar. I'd love to chat a little bit more. We can set up a 30-minute call. I'll send you a $50 Amazon gift card after the fact. And yeah, we're really customizable and we fit whatever brands need.
Awesome. Yeah, someone mentioned it earlier, but this is kind of like the webinar that keeps giving. It's like early Christmas over here with all these awesome discounts and offers. So definitely take advantage of that. Exactly. Speaking of though, what brands do you work best with? Like who's a good fit for Corso?
Oh yeah. No, great question. I mean, I kind of showed some of these brands. Like we have brands across the board, from perishables, consumables, all the way to t-shirts, to baby food, to Brewmate's water bottles, right? So it's across the board. I will say we have a random large amount of women's clothing. I Honey Love and She Fit bras and that kind of thing. We work with a lot with that. However, we work with any brand. Like we really have brands across the board, jewelry. Like I said, perishables. The one thing, perishables are a little bit more discussion to be had when it comes to shipping protection, just because it can go bad, and we just need to make sure everybody understands what's going on. But we work with quite a few perishable brands or consumable brands, CPG brands. We have a big presence there. But that's the only caveat, is that we talk a little bit more and make sure that the shipping processes are pretty dialed when we work with brands like that.
Awesome. Any skincare brands you guys work with?
Absolutely.
Skincare, wellness. Nice.
Yep. Skincare. Topicals is one of our favorite brands that we work with. We've got probably 12 or 15 more that I'm just not thinking of. We work with over 600 brands, so we've got a lot of experience in every single industry.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much again for joining us today, Russell. Take advantage of the $50 gift cards. Send them an email. Their team will be following up after the webinar. Head over to their virtual booth to learn more about what they do. And please keep up the engagement in the chat. There have been tons of good questions all day. We want to make sure that you guys are getting the most out of this. And just a reminder that after our last session, we'll be announcing the final winner of the day, who's taking home an Our Place Always Pan and Steamer. So stick around. Thanks again, Russell, and we'll see you guys on the next session.
We'll see you.